This is what Jesus warned of. And people who say, oh, that means there's going to be somebody stand in the temple and sacrifice things and do terrible things. It doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't mean anything literal at all. Abomination means horror. Desolation means barrenness. Jesus is saying, when you see the abomination of desolation, then the end will come. In other words, when you are finally aware of the horrible condition of your own mind, the horrible condition that the right hemisphere of your mind is barren, then will come the end of your problems. Then will come the end of your fear. Then will come the end of your disease, your hate, your frustrations. But it'll never happen until you see the horror of the barrenness of your own mind, unless you see the desolation in the holy place, really the holy place of God, which is your mind. It'll never happen. The end of your problems will never occur until you finally realize the horrible state of your own mind, that it is desolate and barren because you have not been into meditation and you have not been exercising that right hemisphere. He said the stars will fall from heaven. However, when you do realize this, meaning that the sparks of light, which is divine intelligence, will come down into the lower aspect and start to guide you. And he says, and then in Matthew 24:30, where we are right now on page 26, after this, finally when you have reached a point of understanding your own consciousness, you have reached a point of exercising meditation to light up the right hemisphere of the brain. Then as the sparks of light, which are the stars, start to come down into your lower experience, then Matthew 24:30 says, then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Only then. When? When you finally get in touch with yourself. Not when you read a Bible, not when you go to church, not when you sing a hymn. The Bible you're reading somebody else wrote. The hymns you sing somebody else wrote. The church's speeches somebody else makes. It has nothing to do with you. This is supposed to be you. You recognize the desolation within yourself, and when you realize how desolate this is, you start to prune it, and you start to plant, and you start to cultivate through meditation, and as there is growth in that divine vineyard at the right side, then the Son of Man shall appear in heaven to you. Not to anybody else. Pure understanding that comes only through meditation. So it says in Matthew 24, verse 30, then when you have overcome that, then when you have finally gotten through and you know that this thing is barren because I have not exercised meditation, this is a horrible condition, I will begin to meditate, I will begin to plant the vineyard on the right side, I will cast my energies to the right side, I will awaken barren, dormant brain cells on the right hemisphere of the brain, and when I do that, the Son of Man shall appear. Not before that. Not before that. Matthew 24, verse 30. And then shall the Son of Man, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. There's two aspects we're going to look at that. Okay? Two meanings to look at. Let's look at the first word. The sign of the Son of Man in heaven. This is called what? A new age. Why is it called a new age? Because your entire consciousness, your entire outlook on things is different than it was before. And it's prompted by things that are happening in the universe. It's prompted by moving, cataclysmic events going on in the universe. An entire movement of planets. The planet Uranus moving towards Aquarius. A new age, new thought patterns, new ideas, new understandings. And so you look for signs. And the reason that you feel the way you do in this age, and people did not feel that way in other ages, is specifically that because of this new age, and because of the sign. So what does it say here? There shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Go to the very first page of the Bible, Genesis. If you can't find that one, then we're in trouble. Genesis 1, and go to verse 14. Now what did we just say? Jesus said, there shall be the sign of the Son of Man appearing in heaven. Okay? Genesis 1, verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven, that's stars, to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs. Aha. Look up for your redemption. Stars. Let the stars be signs. Let the lights in the heavens be signs. See? And who will look in that direction? Who will say, my goodness gracious, what am I supposed to do? Become, an astronomer? Am I supposed to get by all means, do. Go to the planetarium. By all means, go to Ocean County College. Start to look, start to familiarize yourself, because the reason that you're beginning to feel the way you do is the movement, the planetary movement, the conjunctions, and all of these things that are happening in the universe.